There are 3 easy steps in creating your resume link. Let me show you how.
Step 1. Register. Go to www.jobs180.com using any browser and click Register Now. Fill out all the information needed. In choosing your resume link, use your full name so that it looks professional and it's easy to recall by potential employers. For example, Antonio Juan de la Cruz.jobs180.com. Step 2. Create and design. When creating your resume, make sure to complete your personal information and upload your profile picture. One of the highlights of the resume link is the portfolio section. In the portfolio section, you can show off your skills by uploading samples of your work like documents, pictures, videos, and your social media links.
Your resume link also features different themes and you can upload a cover photo. This is a combination of a cover letter and a social network cover photo. Here is an example. You can also download a copy of your resume link and print it. Step 3. Apply for a job. There are many ways to apply with your resume link.
First is browsing the job recommendations in your Jobs 180 dashboard.
If you're qualified, click Submit Resume Link. So what are you waiting for? Dress up your next generation resume, stand out brightly among the competitive job seekers in the market, and win the heart of your future employers using Resume Link.
The clinical trial market as we know it is about to change. We're revolutionizing the current state aligned to disparate, slow, and often manual processes. Optum's vision is to transform the drug development process to one that is centered and grounded in real-world patient behavior and physician practice. Optum's ability to access this unique network and fold in the strongest data and analytics expertise will enable us to jointly bring life-saving drugs to the patients who need it most. Join us in this partnership to bring our shared vision for real-time, real-world healthcare research for real patients.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Marketing Me. We are live today at President Ramon, Magsaysay State University, and today we will be joined by speakers from TaskUs, CDO Foodsphere, and Accenture. So before we start, we'd like to invite you for the prayer followed by the national anthem.
Praise God from whom all blessings flow. Praise Him, all creatures here below.
mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Kayang magiliw, ewas ang sinangalan, alam ng puso, sa titik mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, tuyag ka ng magiging, sa manlulupin, di ka pasisigil, sa nagagang tutok sa simoy at sa langit ng bagaw, ay hinatang tulad, awit sa pagkayang minamahal, ang isang ng matawad mo'y tagumpay na nag-iibig, ang bituin at araw niya kailan pamay di magdidinig, lupa ng araw ng walhagit pagsinta, mo'y langit sa piling mo. Ang ligaya ng pagkay mga aking, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Thank you for that. So to officially start our session for today, we would like to invite Dr. Felipa M. Rico, Vice President for Academic and Student Affairs, to give us the opening remarks.
Excellence is never an accident. It is always the result of a high intention, sincere effort, and intelligent execution. It is a choice, not a chance, determines one's destiny. My heartfelt greetings to our organizers, the Job Placement Office, in collaboration with Job 180, to our participants to this pre-employment preparation webinar series. Friends, ladies and gentlemen, a wonderful day to all. After graduation, the goal of every graduate is to land for a job. But why are there a huge percentage of unemployed with the fact that they are graduate of a degree programs? Why? Universities secure their curriculum in order to prepare every graduate economically competitive and are marketable. For every graduate should prepare themselves to the workplace. Communication is indispensable skill, good in both oral and written. This is a high demand skill. Career prospects are essential in the workplace. Next is to be watchful to your work discipline and ethics, being watchful to the words uttered and every execution. There must be what we call the common sense, not only the common. But there are still many to retrospect. This webinar series will be of good help to harness your skills and prepare to job process. Get the interview table ahead, enhance oneself. Explore your wings and fly. Again, congratulations to all and wish you all the best.
Thank you for that, Dr. Rico. Now, a special message we have here from Dr. Roy N. Villalobos, University President for President Ramon, Magsaysay State University, here to deliver his opening message.
To our Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Felipa Rico, the University Director for Student Affairs and Services, Director Cecilia Garzon, Head of the Career and Job Placement Office, Mr. Michael Malong, the Vocational Placement Coordinator, Mr. Jovencio Marquez, Jr. To our industry partner for today's event, the Jobs180.com, headed by its Managing Director, Mr. Kim L. Chua, other officials of the university, faculty, staff, and our dear students, magandang umaga sa inyong lahat. Welcome to the President Ramon Magsaysay State University, the only state higher education institution in the province of Zambales. I am happy to welcome all of you virtually to this very important virtual event. Marketing Me Live at PRMSU with Jobs 180 as part of the pre-employment preparation series hosted by the Career and Job Placement Office of the University. A year and 9 months have passed since the quarantine with restrictions has been declared in the country. This has contributed immense impact to all sectors of society, including the business and employment sector. The current situation that we are in has never been easy, especially for graduating and on-the-job training students who are about to leave the portals of the university and are preparing for their future careers. Ang webinar natin ngayon, katuwang ang Jobs 180 ay nakatuon sa paghahanda sa inyo, mga mahal naming mga mag-aaral, sa inyong paglalakbay sa mundo ng pagtatrabaho. Ang aktibidad na ito ay naglalayon ding mabigyan kayo ng mas magandang oportunidad na makakuha ng maganda, angkop at disenteng karera pagkatapos ng inyong graduation sa ating mahal na pamantasan. Nakadisenyo rin ang webinar na ito sa kung papaano ninyo haharapin ang inyong job hunt sa gitna ng pandemyang umiiral pa rin hanggang ngayon. We are so lucky to have our industry partner, jobs180.com, to assist you, dear students, for you to be able to gain more confidence and improve your self-esteem on the job search. Ang ating administrasyon ay walang tigil sa pagbabalangkas ng mga programa at aktibidad na nakatuon sa inyo, mga mag-aaral na Ramonians, upang matiyak namin na sa kabila ng pagsubok ng panahong ito ay naihahatid pa rin namin ang mga angkop na kaalaman, kasanayan, kahandaan na kakailanganin ninyo sa inyong paglalakbay sa mundo ng pagtatrabaho. My virtual commendations to our dear faculty and staff for the selflessness of assisting our students in navigating this era of better normal. I would also like to take this opportunity to commend the Career and Job Placement Services Office for initiating this webinar. I appreciate jobs180.com for sharing your time and expertise with our dear students as they continue to enhance their communication and digital literacy skills needed by the industries. To our dear graduating and OJT students, I encourage all of you to participate in this timely virtual forum actively and learn from our speakers from our industry partner, jobs180.com. As early as now, you should be aware and be equipped with the necessary information that you can use later on in your quest for stable jobs. Dear Ramonians, as we navigate the better normal, continue to hone your knowledge and skills, enhance your technical know-how, and imbibe good values and virtues as you prepare for your future employment and as you enter the world of work in this new industrial era. Good luck on your future career in this digital society. Stay healthy and safe. Let us all work as one as we battle this pandemic. Advance greetings of happy holidays to all. Mabuhay ang PRMSU. Mabuhay tayong lahat.
Thank you for that, Dr. Villalobos. So we welcome everyone on to this event. So you guys ready? I'm Shari from Academic Linkages, and I hope you're excited to learn new things. So please tag your friends and classmates so that they don't miss out on this event. And please be advised that we have an attendance link to be filled out at the end of the talk to be submitted to the Career Development and Placement Office. So to our viewers, please comment your name and your course so we know who we talking to today for this event. And then don't be shy to put in your questions so our speakers can answer it after their talk. Okay? So don't forget to share this to your friends and to your classmates now. You can tag them now. Alright? So here is our schedule for this afternoon. So we have online applications to be discussed by jobs180.com. We have interview tips by Task Us, improving communication skills to be presented by CDO Foodsphere, and alternative work options to be presented by Accenture. Ayan. So shout out to everyone who is on time and who is ready. Again, we'd like you to comment your name and course on sa comment section natin. And later, put in your question so we can address it to our speakers. Yeah. So let's go to our first speaker. Our first speaker to be discussing online applications is Sir Kim Chua. He is the managing director for jobs180.com. He has 20 years of experience in sales, marketing, business development, customer service, operations, business process, human resources. He is a trusted resource speaker and has done over 1,000 career development seminars in more than 400 plus colleges and universities nationwide. Yeah. Sir Kim, if you're ready, the floor is yours. Please take it away.
Everyone, allow me to share to you how to make a job-winning resume. Yan. A lot of you are now looking for a job and exploring for the next chapter in your life. I hope that this session will be able to help you. No, not only you, but the people that you know that needs help in terms of how to make a job-winning resume. Yan. So yan ang tinatawag nating resume link. A lot of platforms right now, mga online platforms are being offered left and right. But for you to know paano to magiging job-winning tool or job-winning resume to, meron akong checklist. So go with me, with all these checklists. Your checklist should include the following. Number 1, kailangan mag-stand out ka. When you look for a job, you have to be able to stand out. Because if you're not going to be able to stand out, then I think you'll just be part of the crowd. You'll be one of the next applicant na wala lang, na hindi mapapansin. Another thing that should be in your checklist is that you should only have one file. Hindi dapat maraming files na iba-iba sinesend sa mga companies. Mas maganda, isang file lang para pag sinend mo, lahat ng details mo nandoon na. Another thing in your checklist is that it should make the process more efficient. Ibig sabihin, mas mabilis mag-submit, mas mabilis makita ng HR, at mas mabilis kayo makontak for possible next steps na or possible job offer na. Now, another thing in my checklist is that dapat tipid ito, wala tong gastos. The tool that I will show you today, wala itong gastos. Libre po ito. At higit sa lahat, itong pinaka-importante sa lahat, this should be in your checklist. The tool should be secured. Okay? More than anything, importante talaga ang data. Pero ang data ninyo, dapat yung protectionan. And using this tool, this is the most secured resume kung tawagin. Bakit siya tinawag na most secured resume? Let me go through the next slides na. Okay? Ito ang tinatawag na resume link. Okay? A personalized URL for anyone can open online anytime. I will use an example para makarelate kayo. If you are John Santos, ang link mo or resume link mo pwede maging johnsantos.jobs180.com. Ganun lang kasimple. At yan na po ang resume link nyo. So how do you make one? Go with me through the 3 simple steps. First step is you have to register. Absolutely wala tong bayad. Libre po ito. How do you register? You go to the website of jobs180.com. That's www.jobs180.com at dun ka mag-register on the upper right side of your screen. Now, as you do that, you have to put the basic information. Okay? So, alam nyo na ano mga information yan. Hindi ko na isa-isahin. Babawasan nyo naman at alam nyo naman ano dapat ilagay. Now, as you create your account, you have to use a valid email. Okay? Now, before we go to the email, paalala ko lang, sa mga nag-isip sa inyo, paano kung hindi ako si John Santos, ano gagawin kong resume link? O yan, baka nag-isip kayo eh. So, if ever lang, mayroon kang kapangalan, okay, just so happen na may ibang John Santos na nauna sa inyo, ano mangyayari? Magkakaroon doon na red na box, sasabihin niya, this name has already been taken. Huwag kayong malungkot, pag taken na, okay lang, just be creative. Pwede mo gawin, baliktarin mo. Gawin mo santosjohn.jobs180.com o kaya J Santos o kaya Santos J o kaya JS o kaya SJ. Depende kung ano gusto mo gawin. Basta importante, wala kang kapangalan. Okay? Wala kang kapareho. Now, when you do this, huwag kayong OA. Do not create yung mga ganong klaseng over-creative na mga resume link because it doesn't look professional. Imagine submitting to a company with your resume link that says eljablo.jobs180.com. Hindi yan mukhang professional. Okay? Now, when you register, please use a valid email. Ito yung emphasis ko lang sa pag-create nyo ng account na dapat gamitin yung email, yung nabubuksan yung email, kagaya ng Gmail, Yahoo, or any email na nabubuksan nyo. Do not create, example lang yung mga email na kagaya ng ganito, patricia@facebook.com na email. Huwag kang gagamit ng joseph@facebook.com na email to register. In short, huwag mong gagamitin yung @facebook.com na email. Because if you use @facebook.com na email, you will no longer be able to receive notification being sent to you by the companies as well as jobs180.com. Importante po na nabubuksan nyo yung email nyo kasi kailangan mo i-verify yung account mo. Okay? It is very important that you verify your account as a proof na ikaw nag-register at pangalawa, para ikaw ay makapag-apply. If you don't do this, if you don't verify, walang mangyayari sa account nyo. Okay? So sayang lang. So you have to verify to finish the first step. Okay? How do you verify? Just open your email, look for the link, click mo yung verify, you're done with the first step. Okay? Tapos na yung first step. Ano yung first step? Register. Wala tong bayad. Let's go to the second step. Ang second step, ang pinaka-logical sa lahat. Kailangan kumpleto ang detalye nyo. So how do you do that? You go back again to your account by going to the website of jobs180.com. This time, hindi mo kailangan mag-register. Ang gagawin mo, mag-login. Pag login mo, lagay mo dito yung email nyo or resume link nyo, kayo lang may alam yan, at lalo na yung password nyo na kayo lang talaga may alam yan. So when you do that, you now go inside your account. Pag nasa loob na kayo ng account nyo, ano gagawin nyo? Mabilis na lang ito. Fill in the blanks. Okay? Now, I don't have to go through all the information here because definitely, alam mo naman pag sinabi ditong name, malamang pangalan nyo. Pag nakalagay dito address, malamang address nyo. Diba? So you put all the information ninyo dito. Okay? Lagay nyo. Then, what else do you put in here? Importante po, lagay dito lahat ng posibleng paraan na pwede ka makontak ng isang HR. Kagaya ng social media account nyo. Diba? Hindi lang email tsaka phone number. Bakit? Most of the time, ano nangyayari? Okay, let me tell you. Marami sa inyo nilalagay nyo phone number nyo. Pero pag tinatawagan kayo ng HR, hindi nyo sinasagot. Lalo na pag hindi mo kilala. Hala, sino kaya ito? Hindi mo sasagutin. Diba? Kasi takot kayo, baka nagsascam or whoever yung tumatawag. So ano mangyayari sa mga HR? Mag-i-email kami ngayon sa inyo. But you don't open email more often that you open your social media account. So I recommend lahat ng posibleng paraan na pwede ka makontak na isang HR, ilagay mo dito. Kagaya ng mga Facebook nyo or Twitter nyo para mabilis ay makapag-PM. Private message, makapag-invite for the next step. Okay? What else do you put here? You also put here your work options, yung mga work experience nyo. Pagdating po sa work options, you can see on the screen, you have 4 options na pwede nyo pagpilian. Parang switch lang yan. Yes, no switch, on, off switch. So you can choose here, example, looking for OJT, lagay mo yes, if you're looking for OJT right now. And later on, pag hindi na, turn it off. Edi lagay mo na no. Diba? So depende yan kung anong mas trip nyo or ano mas pasok dun sa hinahanap nyo right now. What the system will do is it will try to match you with companies who are also looking for the same profile with what you have. Yan yung kagandahan ng tool natin. Hindi mo kailangan mag-door-to-door para mag-submit ng resume link ninyo. Okay? What else do you put here? You put here your school under education. Even later on, okay, pagka-graduate nyo, you can also put here your schools. Yung mga nag-take pa kayo ng further studies, pwede mo rin ilagay dito. Okay, so walang limit sa space yan. Pagdating pa sa seminars attended, ganun din. Kahit gaano karami, pwede nyo ilagay dito. Kahit magkopyahan pa kayo. Just make sure lang alam mo yung seminar na yon. Kaya baka matanong ka sa interview. Pagdating po sa certification, ganun din. Put all the certification programs that you've had, you put it here. Okay? When it comes to the achievement, do not limit your achievement only inside the school. Hindi lahat na nakikinig ngayon ay Dean's Lister. Hindi kayo lahat dito ay honor student. Diba? Ayan, nag-agree marami sa inyo. So, hindi lang po ang achievement nakabase sa academic excellence. Some of you are student leaders. So, if you're active sa school, you also put it here kung ano yung mga pinagkakabalahan nyo. And hindi lang sa loob ng school, even outside the school. If you're active in your barangay, halimbawa, isa kang tanod, ilagay mo dyan. Diba? Yan yung mga achievement ninyo. So, you put it here. Bakit? Because what you're doing now is you're trying to market yourself more effectively to that prospective company. Okay? Now, when it comes to the skills and languages, ito yung common observation namin mga HR. Pagdating sa skills, nilalagay mo lang na skills yung mga umiikot lang sa course nyo. Hindi porkat communication arts ang course mo, com arts lang ang skills na alam mo. Hindi porkat engineering ang course mo, ang alam mo lang na skill ay pang-engineering. Hindi porkat tourism or HRM ang course mo, ang alam mo lang na skill ay pang-tourism at pang-HRM. Maybe some of you are into multimedia, into photography, into videography, into something else, arts, crafts, whatever. Lahat ng yan, skills nyo yan. Remember, what you're doing here is you're marketing yourself more effectively. Kaya kung ako sa inyo, ilagay mo dito lahat ng skills na alam ninyo. Pagdating po sa languages, ganun din. Huwag mong ilimit yan sa 2 lengguwahe lang. Because I'm sure alam nyo na yung 2. Kung 2 lang talaga alam nyo, din 2 lang. Ano tong 2 to? English and Tagalog or Filipino. Okay? Now, if you know other local dialect, Bisaya, Kapampangan, Sabacano, Ilonggo, you can also put it here. If you know foreign languages, German, French, Chinese, Japanese, diba, Korean, pwede mo ilagay dyan. Okay? Walang limit sa space yan. When it comes to the references, sigurado ko yung mga references nyo, kilala nyo. Ang malaking tanong dito kayo ba'y kilala nila? Sana oo, di ba? Kasi madalas pag tumatawag kami sa mga references nyo, hindi kayo maalala. So please tell them, ginawa nyo silang reference para at least they know what to tell about you. Okay? Now, at this point, to make your life easier, kung sakali lang nakagawa ka na ng resume nyo in your Word file or maybe in your doc file, depende kung anong file nyo, PDF file, whatever file you have. Kung nakagawa ka na ng resume nyo, simple na lang. Just copy all the information inside dito. No? Ilagay mo sa loob ng resume link. Just transfer them here inside the resume link para maging secured yung data nyo. Okay? Kung bakit secured, I'll tell you as we go along. Okay? So yung mga sinabi ko, I think alam nyo na yan. Alam nyo na yan. Okay? Itong mga susunod kong papakita, ito yung mga amazing na portion. Let me start with the portfolio section. Ano yung portfolio section? This is the part where you now upload evidence of your skills. Example, ano ebidensya na graduate na kayo later on? Diploma, di ba? Transcript. Ano pa? Toga? Hindi ebidensya yung toga. Okay? Kung ano man meron nyo, di ba? Certificate, diploma, yan. Ebidensya yan. Okay? Kung transcript of records is evidence na graduate na kayo. Ano ebidensya na wala kayong criminal record? NBA clearance, police clearance, di ba? Ano ebidensya na pwede ka pumunta sa ibang bansa? Passport, visa, lahat ng mga sinasabi mong mga skills mo or yung mga what you're claiming that you know, you can now support them here sa portfolio section by showing those documents. Diba? Anong ebidensya na ikaw ay healthy? Meron kang medical clearance. Anong ebidensya na pwede kang mag-drive ng sasakyan? Meron kang driver's license. Diba? So gets nyo na yung sinasabi ko. Ang point ko lang is you can now put the things here to support yung claim nyo of your skills. Now, you're starting to think, Sir, kung pare-pareho naman kaming graduate sa school namin, pare-pareho kami magkakaklase, same yung course namin, same yung school, same yung teachers, same yung curriculum, pare-pareho lang naman kami lahat, walang experience sa trabaho, how will we stand out? Ayan, di ba? Okay, ito ngayon yung isang magandang recommendation ko sa inyo on how you now stand out. You get your smartphones. Kunin mo yung mga smartphones nyo. Kung wala, manghiram sa kaibigan. Okay, hiram mo sa kaibigan mo. I-record mo yung selfie video mo. You say something interesting about yourself. Record it in about 30 seconds to 1 minute lang. Huwag na masyadong mahaba. Ano gagawin mo? Pretend that you are being interviewed by the HR. So you answer basic questions like, tell me something about yourself. O, di ba? Ano yung mga gasgas sa tanong natin? Why should we hire you? O, di ba? Just imagine na tinanong ka ng HR at sasagutin mo na lang siya. Ang maganda lang ngayon, recorded mo. So kung di mo type yung sagot, i-delete mo. Pag type mo, you save it. Then you upload it sa YouTube or sa Vimeo. Maraming mga video channel na libre, yung mga video converter sa online. Hanapin mo lang. And when you're done, you put that video link doon sa portfolio section nyo. O, di ba? This time, it will definitely make you stand out because depende na to sa diskarte mo on how you're going to present yourself. Okay? So I leave it up to you on how you do that. Now, another thing for you to do, na sure akong hindi to makokopya ng classmate mo, ay yung picture mo. Diba? So you put your profile picture here. Now, when it comes to the picture, hindi kailangan sobrang formal na formal. Hindi kailangan pumunta sa studio. Huwag na kayo gumastos. Ang importante dito, tumingin kayo sa camera. Plain background. Okay? Plain background, tumingin kayo sa camera. Wear something, of course. Wear something decent. Okay? Do not upload profile pictures that look like the right side of your screen. Yung mga sample na yan, hindi po maganda example yan. Okay? So, huwag kayo maglagay ng ganun kasi mga sample ng profile picture. Now, another good thing pa that will make you stand out using the resume link is your cover photo. Yes! A picture paints 1,000 words. Yan ang kasabihan na very, very applicable dito. A lot of you who are listening today, hindi kayo gifted with writing skills. Hirap kayo i-express ang inyong feelings at inyong thoughts into words. Hindi mo ma-type, hindi mo ma-sulat. Tama? Hirap tayo eh. Bakit? Hindi natural sa atin yan. Pero pagdating sa picture, kaya mo i-express yung inyong personality. Look at the examples I'm showing you. Look at the one on the left. Ano siya? Isa siyang ophthalmologist or optometrist. Sabi naman ng iba, eye expert. Di ba? Ina sa kanan, ano siya? Sabi ng iba, sir, parang IT. Sir, techie siguro kasi maraming gadget, pati stapler, gadget niya. Di ba? O sabi ng iba naman, sir, parang makalat. O depende na kung how you are going to interpret it. But now, the way I see it, itong taong to, multitasker. Okay? Another good example I'm showing you is this one. Someone from psychology, someone from neurologist, or maybe someone who knows left and right. Ganun lang kasimple. No? So, depende yan how you're going to express yourself. Okay? Another good example pa, ito. Itong person na to, ang gusto niya sabihin, there's no shortcut to success. You will be able to reach your goal by taking one step at a time. O, di ba? So, I'm showing you good examples. Hindi yan member na Akit Bahay Gang. Hindi rin po yan social climber, in case that's what you're thinking. So, kung nagpakita ko ng magaganda example, I will also show you yung mga hindi magandang example para wag niyong gagayahin. Huwag kayo magpapaka-misteryoso. Okay? Make sure you put your picture there. Okay? Kasi maraming pangalan ngayon interchangeable. Ako mismo, guilty ako dyan. My name is Kim. A lot of people think babae ako. Ako rin mismo, napagkakamala ko yung mga aplikante, pag nakita ko, Chris, George, Alex, Sam. O, di ba? Minsan isipin ko, Joey, lalaki. Yung pala, babae. Di ba? So you better put your picture there para at least alam ng HR who to expect. Okay? Now, when you make your resume link, dapat may laman talaga yan. Kasi kung walang laman yan, ganyan itsura niyan. Blanco. And how do you expect companies will look, or HR from companies will look at your profile if you submit to them resume links that look like this? It's like submitting a piece of a paper, bond paper, or long bond paper, short bond paper na walang laman except pangalan mo. And that's the same as this one. So hindi yan papansinin ng mga HR for sure. Okay? Sayang lang oras nyo tsaka oras ng HR. Kailangan attractive. Okay? When I say attractive or catchy, do not overdo it naman. Now, this is just in my opinion. In my opinion, I think this one is not a good example. Kasi ang dating niya parang tamad, parang happy-go-lucky, parang chill-chill lang, no? Parang ganoon na dating. So, I leave it up to you on how you be, expressing yourself na dito. Okay? So, sa mga personality nyo. Alam niyo na anong dapat nyo gawin at hindi nyo dapat gawin. So, showing a very good example is si iExpert. Tignan mo, lahat ng detalye niya, kompleto. Everything. From top to bottom, kompleto lahat ng details, including yung kanyang mga portfolio section na nagpapatunay na siya ay isang licensed ophthalmologist. Pinakita niya lahat ng mga posibleng hingiin pa sa kanya ng mga HR. So bakit ko sinabi sa inyo na papabilis yung buhay dito? Hindi lang buhay nyo. Pati buhay din ng HR na papabilis. Because once you submit all this information to that company, when the HR opens your resume link and sees everything about you, dalawa lang ang pwedeng mangyari niyan. One is, nahuli mo attention, gusto kanya ngayon kausapin or schedule for the next step, like interview or possibly job offer, or hindi ka nag-fit. Yun yung second. Di ba? Para at least, ang maganda rito, hindi na pabalik-balik, hindi na siya tatawag para sabihin, hello ma'am, meron ka bang evidence na graduate ka na talaga sa school na yan? Can you send me your transcript? Di ba? Can you send me yung mga evidence or yung mga sample skills or sample work mo kasi you are in IT or in graphic design? Di ba? Gets mo ibig ko sabihin? Wag nang pabalik-balik, sayang yung oras. Okay? Time is of the essence, lalo na ngayon. So you put everything there, at least pa nakita ng HR, diretso na kagad sa pagprocess sa inyo. Okay? A lot of you are now thinking, Sir, pag gumawa ako ng resume link at nilagay ko lahat ng information ko dyan, baka naman yung mga data ko nakakalat na sa buong mundo. Baka naman yung mga information ko nakalantad na sa buong internet. The answer is, no. Kaya nga siya tinawag na the most secured resume. Okay? Bakit siya tinawag na most secured resume? Because you have the ultimate control over your privacy settings. Follow the screen. Inside your dashboard, when you log in, you can go to your settings. Sa settings mo, to be specific, puntahan mo yung privacy settings. In your privacy settings, you choose the information that you want to show in public. Halimbawa lang you do not want to show your birthday. What do? Turn it off. Ayaw mo pakita yung address mo. What do? Turn it off. Ayaw mo pakita ang inyong references. What do? Turn it off. So lahat na naka-off, hindi lalabas sa public. At sino may control niyan? Kayo lang. O, di ba? Ang maganda pa rito, real-time update yan. Halimbawa, today, you decide not to show your birthday, your address, and references. And then 5 minutes later, you decide, sige, pakita ko na nga birthday ko. Turn it on. Real-time. 5 minutes later, the moment you save your settings, lahat na binigyan mo ng resume link, updated na rin sila real-time. As in real time. Di ba? Ayos, di ba? Sige, tuloy natin. Tuloy pa natin to. So, reminders ko na lang sa mga late na dumating or kakakinig lang, when you make your resume link, make sure that your profile is interesting and attractive. Okay? Wag OA. Iba yung over naman yun. No? Wag naman ganun. So, make sure it's attractive, it's catchy. Complete all the information, especially your contact details. Kasi sayang naman lahat ng ginawa mo, nahuli mo attention, hindi ka makontak ng HR. So better make sure nandyan yung mga contact details na updated. Okay? So yan. So tapos na tayo sa 2 steps. Last step na lang. Ano yung first step? Recap lang. First step is register. Wala tong bayad. Libre po yan. Second step is for you to complete the information. Yan ang pinaka-logical. And the last step now is for you to submit. So you're now thinking, okay to paano ko gagamitin yung resume link? Bigyan kita ng iba-ibang paraan. Okay, lahat ito practical application para makarelate kayo. Unang option, pumunta ka sa website ng jobs180.com. That's www.jobs180.com and that's where you now start to look for companies. Type the companies that you're looking for. Pag may lumabas, edi good. Pag walang lumabas, edi wala. Okay, huwag din pilitin. Okay? Now, you can also see there a lot of companies, a lot of company logos that you can shop around, you can choose, learn about the company, and if you want to be part of the company, I recommend you submit your resume link kahit na hindi ka pa qualified. Let me repeat what I just said. If you want to be part of an organization, if you want to be part of that company, even if you are not yet qualified, I recommend you give your resume link to that company. Bakit? Imagine, kung ngayong hapon, ngayong araw, nagsubmit ka ng resume link sa isang kumpanya na naghahanap ng 3 years experience na aplikante. Wala ka pang 3 years experience. Okay lang. Because nabigay mo na yung resume link mo sa kanya, pagdating ng 2024, siguro naman by that time, meron ka ng 3 years experience, di ba? Kasi nag-work ka na ngayon by 2021. By 2024, may 3 years experience ka na, pwede ka na ma-qualify dun sa position in-applyan mo. And you never know. That company might just contact you later on, provided that your details are still updated. So you have to update those information real time. Ayos ba? Ayos, di ba? Wala nang pabalik-balik. Hindi mo na kailangan magbalik-balik dun sa kumpanya para sabihin, nag-apply po ko sa inyo last year. Ako po yung OJT nyo 3 months ago. Wala lang ganun. Okay? Another practical application. When you submit your resumes through email, how do you do that? Madalas, ito ginagawa natin. Mag-email tayo, sasabihin natin, Dear HR Manager, I would like to apply for the following position and this is my resume. Ano gagawin nyo? I-attach mo yung Word file mo or PDF file mo. Tama? If that is how you're doing it, wag mo nang gawin yon. Wag ka na mag-attach ng anything sa email. Pampabagal lang yan, tsaka makaluma na yung style na yan. Bakit ko sinabi yon? Kasi hindi mo na kailangan talaga mag-attach ng anything. Ang gagawin mo, i-type mo na lang doon sa email mo yung resume link mo. Example, Dear HR Manager, I would like to apply for the following position. And this is my resume. In this example, Antonio Juan de la Cruz, 01.jobs180.com. That's it. Submit. I look forward to you from you soon. Thank you. Send. Every time meron kang babaguhin sa details mo, hindi mo na kailangan padalhan yung HR. Kasi kung ginagamit mo mga attachment, ang kulit niyan eh. Ang kulit, saka nakapagod. Ano gagawin mo pag nagbago ka ng phone number? Dear HR Manager, this is now my updated resume. Mamaya-maya, 2 weeks later, nagpalit ka ng phone number. Ano gagawin mo? Dear HR Manager, this is now my updated, most recent resume. O di ba? Every time meron kang babaguhin, padala ka na padala doon sa HR. Nakapagod yan. Hindi lang sa part nyo, kundi sa part din namin sa mga HR to keep track which one yung pinaka-updated na details. So this time, wala na kailangan. Palit-palit na lang kayo ng details nyo. Update na lang sa loob ng resume link. Ayos ba? Ayos pa. Okay, tuloy pa natin to. Okay? If you want to print your resume, this is now the good news. You can now print your resume link. No matter how much information you have, the system will try to compress everything into one page. So kung gusto mo talaga mag-print ng papel at mag-submit sa mga kumpanya, walang kaso. Pumunta ka lang sa dashboard mo, hanapin mo yung print na option at mamili ka kung 1 column or 2 column version ang gusto mo i-print. What the system will do is it will try to compress everything into one page para tipid na. O, di ba? Now, usapang tipid. Ito mas tipid pa. Gusto mo mag-print ng resume pero gusto mo magtipid. Itong gawin mo. Gumawa ka ng resume link card. Ano itong resume link card? Sa isang pirasong long bond or short bond paper, mag-design ka ng maraming resume link card. No? Maliliit lang, parang business card na dating. In one piece of paper, I think you can make 10, 20 set of cards. Depende sa size ng papel mo. At ang importante lang ilagay mo dyan sa resume link card mo ay syempre ang inyong resume link. Diba? So, hindi mo na kailangan ilagay lahat ng details mo sa resume sa loob ng maliit na papel. Lagay mo lang resume link mo. And that is what you now give to the companies when you start applying. Look at the picture I'm showing you. Diba? Tipid. Hindi lang tipid. Secured pa. Tingnan nyo. If you submit yung big paper resume nyo, long bond paper, sinubmit mo sa isang kumpanya, nag-apply ka. For some reason, nilipad ng hangin. Yung nakapulot ng papel na yan, alam na buong detalye mo because everything is in that one-page printout. Now, if you lose that small piece of paper, don't worry. Meron kang peace of mind. Bakit? Yung mga kapulot niyan, limited sa privacy settings mo because you have the ultimate control over your privacy settings kahit na i-type niya yan sa browser. Okay? So, ang recommend ko rin sa mga nakikinig, use the gadget. Take advantage of the technology. Use your gadget, your laptop, your cell phone, your tablet, kung ano man. Okay? Para ngayon kasi, this day and age, technology na ang gamitin natin. Kung mano-mano pa rin kayo, wala kayong gadget, okay lang. Huwag kayong malungkot. You can still submit to the companies by just simply writing the resume link on a piece of paper. As simple as that. Okay? So, again, Sa mga nagtatanong, ano yung mga guidelines ko para makagawa ako ng job-winning resume? Ito yung guideline ko. Ito yung checklist ko. Are you using the right tool? That's the ultimate question. There are so many tools right now, but these are the things that you should consider when you make your resume. And that is the resume link. It already addresses the following. Number one, security ng information mo. I hope by this time, you have peace of mind. Ito na ang pinaka-secured na information because you have the ultimate control over your privacy setting. Pangalawa, the speed of hire becomes faster. It becomes more efficient because whatever you need, whatever the HR needs, you can already put it inside the resume link. Another thing is that it's flexible. If you want to print, just in case lang gusto mo talaga mag-print ng resume nyo, you have the option to print it. And you don't have to worry about saan ko sinave yung file na yan, saan ko tinago, wala nang ganon. Just log into your account and print. Mamili ka lang kung 1 column or 2 column version. At higit sa lahat, wala po itong bayad. Tipid po ito. Walang bayad. Okay? Ang kailangan mo lang, of course, internet. Sa mga nag-iisip sa inyo, sir, kailangan ko ng pan-data, pwede ka naman makakonect sa internet na walang data eh. Punta ka sa libreng wifi. Di ba? Baka yung kapitbahay nyo may libreng wifi, o makagamit ka muna. Later on, pag may trabaho ka na, may sweldo na, bayaran mo yung wifi niya. O di ba? Bawi-bawi lang yan. No? Give and take. And there are a lot more benefits to just what I've mentioned. Marami pang iba. You can share your resume link to whatever platform you want to share it to. Gusto mo i-text? Gusto mo siya i-private message? Gusto mo i-send via Viber? Kayo bahala. Pwede mo i-share. Basta kayo may control. Ganun lang kasimple. No? Kung hindi mo ito binigay sa kahit kanino, hindi malalaman to nung taong yon. And you don't have to save it to whatever USBs or hard drive. No need na. Wala rin tong mga tipong version na kailangan pa mag-compatible. Walang ganun. Lahat ito compatible. Pwede lahat. Okay? So, shout out na lang ako. Shout out to all our school partners. By the grace of God, right now, we have about 400 plus colleges and university partners nationwide, including your alma mater. So, thank you. We're very thankful for this opportunity that we're able to do this kahit tayo nasa loob ng bahay, kahit kayo ay nasa loob ng bahay. So, hindi tayo physically nagpe-present, pero nakakatulong pa rin tayo, especially if you have friends or relatives whom you think would need this tool. Please share this to them. Okay? Sa mga nagtatanong naman ng mga frequently asked questions, sasagutin ko na. Ito kasi yung mga common questions na kadalasan tinatanong sa akin. Ang tanong, can I give my resume link to companies who do not know about jobs180.com? The answer is absolutely yes. It depends kung sino ang bibigyan mo. Ikaw may ultimate control niyan. Okay? Pangalawang question, is this the same as other job platform like LinkedIn, JobStreet, iba pang mga job site? The answer is no. Meron tong dalawang major difference. Yes. Lalo na pagdating sa security. Okay. Of course, explain lang ako Okay. With respect to the other sites that I've mentioned, let me just use JobStreet as an example para lang mas makarelate, no? Para makarelate. You can only use JobStreet resume if you're applying to companies who are also using JobStreet. If you're applying to a company who is not using JobStreet, you cannot use your JobStreet resume anymore. With your resume link, you can use this to any type of company, any platform, wherever they are. Kahit sa loob ng Pilipinas or sa labas ng Pilipinas, pwede mong applyan. Kahit hindi niya alam ang Jobs 180, basta alam niya ang resume link mo, pwede niya mabuksan ang profile at makita according to your settings. That's the first difference. Pangalawang difference, kung nabigay mo na, kung na-submit mo na ang JobStreet resume mo sa isang company, wala ka nang pwedeng baguhin. Lahat ng data mo nandun na yan sa HR. Yes. Hindi na magbabago yan real time. With your resume link, na-submit mo today, mali pala number mo, na-submit mo today, mali pala yung spelling mo, you can always edit it, enter, save it, real-time update. Lahat ng binigyan mo ng resume link, updated real-time. Ayos? Okay, tuloy tayo sa number 3 question. Number 3 question is the easiest question. Ang tanong dito is, can I keep my information secured? I hope by this time, na-convince ko na kayo na ito na ang pinaka-secured na platform. Okay? That's the reason why I'm sharing this to you. Okay? Number 4, I think this is the most important question. How often should you update your resume link? Ang sagot dito, hindi araw-araw, hindi linggo-linggo, hindi buwan-buwan, hindi taon-taon. Ang sagot dito ay every time. Every time na meron kayong babaguhin, lalo na ang contact details nyo. Yan ang importante. You have to update your contact details every time na meron kayong papalitan doon. Kasi yan yung paraan para makontak kayo ng mga companies. And the last question is just a trivia. Why is this called jobs180.com? This is called jobs180.com because we want to turn your life around. Yan, di ba? 180 degrees. Hindi siya 360. Kasi kung 360, bumalik ka lang kung saan ka galing. Edi balik-balik ka lang, balik-balik ka lang, balik-balik ka lang. Di wala nangyari. Di ba? So you have to do it 180 degrees. It's a straight line towards your career goal. Okay? Just in case may tanong pa kayo, nahiya magtanong, pumunta lang kayo sa website namin, sa jobs180.com, or email us, email me, here sa info@jobs180.com. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram para makakuha kayo ng mga latest trends in recruitment. Okay, again, my name is Kim Chu Wa. Don't forget yung Wa. Okay, baka Kim Chu lang maalala nyo. Na nagsasabing, be safe at isang magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Sir Kim. Ayan. So to our audience, we are now open for questions. So if you have things that you want to clarify with Sir Kim, pwede na kayong maglagay ng comments dyan sa ating comment section. Alright. Sir, I'll go first, no? While you guys are thinking about your questions. First question, sir. Paano po nagiging efficient ang paggamit ng resume link at job sites as opposed to submitting yung resume sa office?
Okay, paano naging efficient? Maraming ways paano naging efficient ang paggamit ng resume link compared to the traditional type of resumes. Number one is you don't have to go physically, so tipid na sa pamasahe, iwas na rin tayo sa sakit, sa virus, sa possible health hazards natin, lalabas pa tayo, lulusog pa tayo sa mga kumpanya. Now, this time around, using your resume link, you can do it online. Diba? Kahit i-compare mo siya apple to apple pag-comparein mo sa isang oras, ilang kumpanya mo pupuntahan mo, ilan ang ma-applyan mo. Diba? Magbibihis ka pa. Diba? Marami ka pa paghahandaan. Diba? Whereas 1 hour online, baka marami-rami ka na nasubmitan na kumpanya. Napag-aralan mo na rin yung background nila. Diba? So, it's really more efficient. Now, on the other side of it is, let's, aside from the practical application, I'll share with you something na baka hindi nyo pa to naiisip or baka hindi nyo naisip na pwede pala to mangyari. Now, for applicants who are applying using the traditional format, whether it's say through email or nag-attach sila ng document, Word file or PDF file, or especially kung physical application sa mga companies, when you decide, for some reason lang, when you decide to retract your application, let's say you want to withdraw your application sa mga companies, anong gagawin mo? Diba? Kung kayo ay nag-apply physically sa company, babalik ka ba sa kumpanya para sabihin, ma'am, nag-apply po ako sa inyo 3 months ago, pwede ko na po bang bawiin na lang yung document na sinubmit ko sa inyo, yung resume ko, 'di ba? Well, pwede mo namang gawin 'yon, no? Dagdag trabaho, dagdag oras, dagdag pamasahe, pero walang assurance na yung HR mahahanap kaagad yung sinubmit mo na resume sa kanya. Baka for some reason, I don't know, baka naitambak na niya sa elsewhere, 'di ba? And then normally bihirang-bihira mangyari. I'm not saying never nangyari, no? Kasi baka meron naman nangyari na ganun. Pero normally we don't go through that hassle para lang retract na information. Now, if you have emailed your resume, say nag-attach ka ng Word file mo or whatever PDF file or ibang file sa email, do you also email the HR and say, "Hi ma'am, after 3 months of application, I've decided to withdraw my application. Can you please send me back my resume?" You don't do that, 'di ba? Hindi mo lang pwede sabihin, "Ma'am, can you just delete na lang my information that I applied to you, yung Word file ko?" Maybe yes, you can do that. You can make a request, pero there's really no assurance that the HR will be doing it. Now, ito yung maganda sa resume link. When you use your resume link to apply to companies, no, nag-apply ka, nag-submit ka, inside your dashboard, sa jobs180.com na dashboard nyo, pag login mo, makikita mo dun yung mga status ng bawat isang kumpanyang in-applyan mo or sinambitan mo ng resume link. Ano pwede mo gawin? Should you decide, for whatever reason, you decided to pull out or withdraw your application sa mga companies, with just one click of a button, you can easily withdraw. Diba? And all the information na nandoon sa HR na sinubmit mo through the jobs180.com resume link, automatic yan. Wala na. Pull out na. No? Pull out na. Automatic by our system. So, ang mag-reflect na lang doon sa application mo doon sa company, pag tinignan nila, is application withdrawn. Diba? Meaning, nag-withdraw na yung applicant application. So, these are, I'm saying itong mga things na to kasi yan yung mga practical aspect and efficient part using a resume link. Diba? Aside from the fact na kung meron kang resume link, you'll be getting invitations from companies for possible job opportunities. So, hindi mo na kailangan mag-door to door para lang maghanap ng mga kumpanyang a-applyan mo. Baliktad na ngayon. Sila ngayon yung mag-match sa profile na hinahanap nila according to your profile. Kung nag-match yun, you will be getting an invitation from them. It is up to you if you want to entertain or not. If you decided not to entertain them, edi wag mo sila pansinin. If you want to consider those invitation, then pansinin mo sila at schedule mo possible next step for interview or kung ano man yung next steps. Di ba? Now, another thing pa is kapag ikaw ay gumawa ng resume link and in the future, meron tayong mga upcoming webinars dito po sa PRMSU, no, sa school niyo, PRMSU. I hope I said it right, PRMSU. No, so sa PRMSU or kung meron kayong mga upcoming virtual career fair sa school niyo, you will also be getting invitation. Diba? So kayo ganun pa rin, same thing. You want to join, then entertain that invitation. If you don't want to participate, then disregard the invitation. So I see really more benefit, no? Walang ano nothing to lose but more to gain. Yan po ang makikita ninyo pag meron kayong resume link. So gawa na kayo. Huwag mo na antayin yung gagraduate ka tsaka gagawa na account or kung kailangan mo ng resume tsaka gagawa na account, baka mahirapan ka pa mag-flashback at isipin ano yung mga ilalagay mo, 'di ba? So whatever year level you are in right now, if you're in your senior year, you're in third year, graduate ka na or you're in senior high school, depende kung anong year level mo, kahit freshman college ka ngayon, okay lang. Gawa ka na ng resume link and then just continue to build it through time. Yan lang. I hope
Alright,
nasagot ko yung
thank you,
tanong
sir.
mo, Ma'am Shari.
Actually, sir, yung second question ko na yun, pero di na kita pinigilan. Yun na yung second question.
Diretso ko na. Oh, nabasa ko na yung tatanong mo.
Ayan.
Ayan.
So to our audience again, if you want to check out vacancies that are available in your area or in other partners of your school, it's available at schools.jobs180.com/PRMSU. Ayan. So that's the one rolling on your screen right now. So again, thank you, Sir Kim. On behalf of Jobs 180 and PRMSU, we send our gratitude and happy holidays, sir. Thank you.
Happy holidays then. Be safe, everyone. See you soon. Thank you.
All right. So, thank you for that, Sir Kim. So to our audience, hindi pa tayo late. So pwede pa kayong humabol. Please tag your classmates. Please tag your friends. Let them know that the event is rolling. So for our second speaker to discuss virtual interviews or interview tips, we have here Ms. Sherry Aquino, Sourcing Manager for Task Us. Ms. Sherry has over 9 years of experience as sourcing professional in the BPO shared services industry. Currently, Ms. Sherry is also the sourcing manager for Task Us PH University Relations. Ms. Sherry, can you please join us? Hi, ma'am. Welcome
Hi,
back.
Shari. Thank you
Hi,
for the
ma'am.
introduction.
Ma'am, can we test your share screen? Ayan. Ayan, it's up na po. So, ma'am, you know the
Ayan.
drill. You have 20 minutes to discuss and then after
Mhm.
that, we'll do the Q&A po.
Sure. Okay.
Okay. So,
Thank
ma'am,
you, Shari.
the
So,
first
um,
question.
Thank you, Shari. So, good afternoon, everyone. No, again, my name is Sherry, and I'm pleased to meet you at least virtually and discuss with you some interview tips that can help you. Syempre, when you apply, no, after graduation, these are the things that you have to remember. Be it on the physical appearance, what to wear, and also some tips on how you can perform well during the job interview. But of course, before that, let me proceed in sharing with you who is Task Us. Okay, so this is us, and to start off with what we do as an organization, Task Us is a provider of outsourced digital services and next generation customer experience to innovative and disruptive technology companies, helping its clients represent, protect, and grow the brands. So, what does it mean? So, task us as a company. We have clients, no, and these clients we support them by making our employees uh, present, available to provide help to their customers, be it through voice support, email, chat, or content moderation. So those are the types of services that we offer. And who are these clients? So our clients are actually part of fast growing sectors, and that includes social media, e-commerce, gaming, streaming media, food delivery and ride sharing, high tech, fintech, and health tech. And just a unique a unique background, no, about the clients we have. Something that's very unique to Task Us is, we filter these clients that we have as well. So it's not just business to business na, okay, may client kami na interested, we accept them right away. So just to share, task us is very big when it comes to culture and core values as well, no. We give high level of importance to those things, such that when it comes to our clients, we filter them as well. We want to ensure that these clients we serve also embody those core values we have as an organization. Okay. And lastly, Task Us is an equal opportunity employer, which means we give fair opportunity to everyone, regardless of race, age, gender. It's an equal opportunity as long as you can do the job. Okay. Next slide, please. All right. So for our mission is to empower people to deliver ridiculously good innovation to the world's best companies. And tulad ng sinabi ko kanina, people first culture is what we have here in Task Us, no. And that's why we empower our people through a lot of activities, engagement activities, programs that we think can help them maintain their mental health na maayos, no. In fact, to share also, we have our own team who focuses on creating these programs, activities. We call them the wellness and resiliency team, wherein they have, programs, they have activities, uh, para ma-ensure namin na yung mental health ng employees namin ay okay, especially now it's pandemic, no. Yung iba, they're having a hard time, because they're not able to socialize, hindi sila makalabas ng bahay. So this team that I mentioned, they have this hotline as well, wherein if you have a problem, you can call them, you can share with them whatever you want to share para medyo gumaang yung pakiramdam mo. And the good thing about this is it's not limited to our employees, no. Task Us really believes na when we care for our employees, we should also care for their dependents. So this hotline or this team that we have, the relatives of our employees can also reach out to them, share problems as well, or share anything under the sun that would help them feel better. So that's just one example of how we empower our people. And there. So I think we can proceed to the vision. Next slide, please. Okay. So we will be playing a video for you, just for us to be able to share more, no, about Task Us. So can we click the play button? Thank you.
Taskus believes that achieving growth for our partners requires a culture of constant innovation with the aim of preserving the value of its people and clients. Exploring new technologies, being ready to handle any challenge at a moment's notice, and mastering consistency in an ever-changing world. These are what it takes to get there, and we are well equipped to do exactly that.
Welcome to Taskus!
Born as a 5-member virtual assistant startup, we have now grown to become a globally recognized 30,000 plus strong organization that drives the rapid growth and transformation of the world's most innovative and disruptive brands. By providing technology-enabled outsourcing solutions purpose-built for the digital economy. Driven by our people-first culture and philosophy, Taskus stands today as a global beacon for its employees and clients, a value we put above all else and has made us a shining example within and beyond the global outsourcing space.
20 servicing sites in 8 countries across major lines of business and vertical markets. We are consistently recognized by the industry for our ridiculously good culture. We are guided by our core values, which highlights our strength and efficiency to truly differentiate ourselves as a true partner to both you and your customers. Reimagine the future, you and us, together.
There you go. So, um, ayan. So, in the video, no, we were able to share that we have several sites and also the partners or clients that we have, and maybe just to give uh a quick background of how the company started. It was started by um, two business minds. They are friends, no? These are foreigners, and how they started is they rented the small space in Cavite. It's a very humble beginning because when we started, again, it was a very small space. We rented, I think, the second floor of the building, and below that second floor is a vulcanizing shop, no? And I just wanted to share that because Task Us has grown really well a lot for the past years. Starting from those beginnings na that small space we rented, tapos now we have several sites in the Philippines and also in other countries, and it's still growing, and we are of course looking forward to be able to offer more opportunities to the community, and later on we will discuss also the other sites we have in the Philippines. So here, for our next slide, our award winning culture, um what I wanted to highlight here would be our best places to work award and some other awards that we have received as well, but I am just highlighting that we have been awarded in 2021 as the best places to work, and that shows that's a proof really, that um task us makes its employee happy and satisfied, no, being nominated as the best places to work and being awarded is a very big deal to us as an organization. And truly, the core values, the culture, it's really giving us these awards, because we're able to maintain them. And not just that, we have other awards received as well in the past years, and that's the award-winning culture of Taskas. Okay, next slide, please. Okay. Task us Philippine sites, no. So here in the Philippines we have 9 sites in total. And for each site we have a nickname to it. So for example, in uh San Fernando, La Union, we call it Lighthouse. Angeles, Pampanga, we call it House Teamwork. For other sites, we have Bulacan, Cavite, Batangas, Bohol, Rizal. We also have BGC and Quezon City. Um, so if you can notice here, Task Us is a big organization, but what unique about us is we take the risk and set up our sites in the provinces. Most of our sites are located in provinces, and we're not afraid to take risks because we know that if long as we have this culture, this core values we have, and our employees are happy, satisfied, we can maintain and deliver the need that our client needs from us. So true enough, the awards that I have shared with you earlier, no, that's a proof. And just some more information about Task Us. Aside from the Philippine sites, we also have locations globally. We have India, US, Taiwan, Mexico, Colombia, Greece, and Ireland as well. So Taskas is present in those countries. And overall, we have about 35,600 plus employees worldwide. Okay, so let's proceed to the next slide. We will be showing you some photos of our sites. No, so this one is from San Fernando, La Union. This is our site in San Fernando, La Union. Um, Something fun about the sites of Taskas. It's very creative. We want to ensure that our employees can relax, but at the same time, um, yung creative juices nila lalabas because they see a lot of things in our office that can inspire them to do the work, no? And here, no, this is our Clark Pampanga site, very colorful. Next slide, please. This is our site in Bulacan. Okay. Okay, we also have Anona site. We're not able to get the photo. Next slide, please. Okay, this is our BGC site, Bonifacio Global City. Okay, we also have Imus Cavite. And what else? Antipolo Rizal. Okay, we also have our Centro Mall in Batangas. This is a fairly new site of Taskas. It's the newest actually. And here, no, you can see that we also have massage chairs for our employees. And I think this is in our pantry, no. We have some designs na para siyang nasa dagat because in Batangas madaming dagat. So that's how we design our sites as well na medyo similar to the the selling point kumbaga of the location. In Tagbilaran, Bohol, we call it Liz's Playground. Hindi naman ano siya walang Bohol is not famous for playground, but um we put there a slide as well just to show no na it's a fun um uh tawag dito, fun feature as well of our site. So Lizzie's Playground and that's that slide that you're seeing right now. Just to share with you, it's interconnected to the next floor wherein if you want to go to the pantry, magsa-slide ka lang and then pagdating mo sa baba, nasa pantry ka na. So, yun. I think that's the last photo of our site. Yes? Okay. So, those are just, the physical features of Tasca sites. But, of course, when you graduate from college, the first thing that comes to your mind is not the physical appearance of the company that you will be working with, but syempre, ang unang maiisip mo is, paano ba ako magkakaroon ng work, no, with the company that I want to, well, the first company that you want to work with. So now, I'll be discussing with you tips on how to ace your job interview. And I suggest that you have your pen and paper ready so that you can also take note of these tips. And once you're ready for graduation, at least you know what to do already. Okay, so we have 9 tips for you. And the first one is know the company and details of the role. So this one is something that you have to take note. Even if you're a fresh grad, even if you're an experienced professional, you have to make sure that you are aware of the background of the company that you're applying for and also yung details ng role nyo, no? Um, I was a recruiter back then and I encounter a lot of candidates na alam nyo yun, nag-a-apply sila for the position but when you ask them as the recruiter, when I ask them what do you know about the company or about the role that you're applying for, hindi sila masyadong makasagot because the research is not enough, no. They didn't do a lot of research about the position, and not being able to answer those questions from your recruiter would give you less advantage in getting the job, of course. And it also gives your recruiter an impression na ay bakit naman siya hindi nag-prepare, maybe he or she is not really that interested. So 'di ba, it's like you're giving away the position to someone else because you did not prepare for it. So make sure that you do your research. Internet is there, no? You can easily Google the company and of course the position that you're applying for, kung ano yung job description niya, and take note of those information, so that you're aware, and you can uh, match your answers with what you have gotten from your research about the company, and also the role job or the job description. Okay, second is prepare for the most common um to the most difficult interview questions. So ano ba yung mga most common questions natin? Normally you will be asked for questions like, tell me something about yourself, or yeah, the basics, no? What do you know about the company? What do you know about the role? What's your expectations? But maybe focusing on the tell me about yourself question muna tayo. So when you are asked these question, you have to keep in mind that it's an open-ended question, meaning there is no or right answer, because it's you sharing yourself, your your information, 'di ba? Something that you're comfortable to share with sa recruiter mo during the interview. Um, Siguro just a tip when you will answer this question, it's important that you highlight your interests, your passion that can help you get a job. Okay, what does it mean? So for example, HRM graduate ka and you're applying for a position in a hotel or restaurant, 'di ba? Um would you say that you are interested, you are um you're very interested in doing ano ba, maybe Mobile Legends, 'di ba? It's something that you don't want to share because your the answers that you will be giving to your recruiter is something, as much as possible, is related to what you're applying for. So maybe a better answer is you are really passionate about cooking. You enjoy cooking so much that that you studied HRM, and you use your available time researching for recipes, something like that, no? So again, hobbies or interests that matches the job description you're applying for. It's nice that you highlight that when you're asked. And what about the most difficult interview questions, no? So for most difficult, one thing that I can think of is some recruiters would ask, why do you think we should not hire you? So take note, we should not hire you. And if you're asked that question, just remember that you can use the if and then magic words. And to explain lang, what is the if and then magic word? So it's let's say I will be asked, no, an answer could be, if you are looking for um an employee who is not willing to learn, then it's not me. So that's if and then. If you're looking for a talent who is not competitive, then that's not me, because I'm a very competitive person, in a positive way. I really want to um, make sure that I perform my job well. Hence, the inner competitiveness in me. Yung mga ganon, no? Those types of answers that can um, give you an advantage to get the job. Okay? And just one more tip that I want to share, no. If you are asked also about behavioral questions, please make sure that you give full context to your recruiter. Ano ba yung mga behavioral questions na to, no? And bakit siya tinatanong during an interview? So, first, behavioral questions are asked by recruiters to gauge how fit you are sa company or sa team that you will be working with. And what are those types of questions? Let's say, can you give me a time when you handled a very difficult situation? What did you do? What are the actions that you've taken during that time? Yung mga ganong questions. Those are behavioral questions. And when you're asked about those, you have to give full context, and with that you can use the STAR approach. No, STAR means it's S for situation, T for task, A for the action that you have taken, and then R, that's the result. Okay, so reminder, STAR approach. So again, going back, if I will be asked, for example, can you tell me about a very difficult situation? Um how did you go about it, or how did you take action during that time? So probably I can share is when I was in college, syempre wala pang experience, no? When I was in college, I have a very difficult conversation with one of my classmates. Let's say we're group mates in one of our projects, and he's not able to deliver the um the the deadlines. He's not able to follow the deadlines, no? um so that's your situation or task, and your action can be, um what I did is I talked to him personally and informed him na ito yung mga misses mo, and sana okay lang na ayusin mo kasi affected yung scores nating lahat, yung grade natin, 'di ba? And then your result is my classmate was able to cooperate with all of us, 'di ba? And provide that support that we need as his teammates, no? So when you are asked of behavioral questions, make sure that you give full context to your recruiters. It saves time, and at the same time it uh gives you that advantage na parang, oh, this candidate is impressive, no? He's able to share um all the information that I need ng isang bagsakan. Wala nang follow-through question, because in just one sentence or one full sentence, nabigay mo na lahat ng information to answer that behavioral question. Okay? Next one is practice, practice, practice. So of course, when you're applying for a job, especially kapag first time nyo, no, hindi pa kayo sanay makipag-usap, you have to make sure that you practice. Right now or currently, yung mga companies, of course, when you have your interviews, English yan, di ba? And as Filipinos, we're not used to speaking English unless sa bahay nyo nag-English kayo, right? But um if that's not the case, then I suggest that you practice a lot, no? Talk to yourself in front of a mirror and just practice how you give your answers so that you'll be more confident and comfortable talking in English, and also yun, yung pag-deliver mo ng answers mo, you have to practice that as well. Okay? Next one is dress up, smile, and be ready at the backstage. So, dress up means you have to prepare clothes, of course, no? That will show your professional side. Kasi, of course, you're applying for a job na, and what are the right clothes to wear during an interview. So of course it's nice that you have a nice top, no, polo, or let's avoid yung mga printed, no, kasi it's informal looking, and as much as possible you want to look formal during a job interview. So that's it, just a nice formal top. If you have a coat, that's nice to wear as well. And what else? Of course, you have to prepare other things, no? Especially now, it's virtual. Probably the interviews that you will be going through are virtual, and you have to also uh, ensure that you have a good internet connection. Your background, it's neat, di ba? And of course, a quiet room as well para hindi ka distract during the interview. So there. And another thing that I want to add there is also yung pag-check nyo nung link, no? Because if it's gonna be a virtual interview, your recruiter will definitely share with you a link where you will be joining that virtual interview. So probably 15 minutes before or 10 minutes before the interview, check out that link. Try to click the link and see if you're not encountering any technical issues. Kasi sometimes, lalo kapag ganyan, virtual interview, it causes delays. Anong mangyayari kapag delayed yon or malate ka during an interview? Syempre, it's a bit off, right? We have to respect the time of our interviewers, hiring managers, because they came in early to interview you. And your responsibility as an applicant is to be there on time as well para hindi naman masayang yung oras nila and effort nila to be on time. Okay? Next is be authentic. So during an interview, I know there are a lot of tips, there are a lot of do's and don'ts, but always remember that you have to be authentic. No, you have to still show your true self to them. Answer questions in all honesty about yourself, and wag yung parang ano ba, like you're just obliged to answer this question because you feel like this is the right way on how to answer it. No, don't do that. You have to answer it in all honesty, because whatever your answers are, it will I mean, you're accountable for it, right? Let's say you get hired for a position. Would you rather be hired because sinabi mo sa recruiter mo na ganto ka, versus um na-hire ka kasi you showed your strong and weak points, but then the recruiter, the hiring manager appreciates it and accepts you regardless of who you are, 'di ba? So, yon, let's ensure lang that we are authentic still during an interview. And another tip is to ask smart questions, no? So asking smart questions means if after the interview the recruiter asks you if you have questions, you want to be ahead and ask your interviewer about what could be the expectations from you if ever you get hired, what could be um the team structure of the team that you will be joining in. So it's like you um stepping ahead and planning out kung ano yung meron ka when you get the job. Okay? Why do you think it's important to ask that question or those questions, no? Well, number one, an FYI to yourself, at least you're aware if you will be hired, no? You already know what to expect because you've asked that question. Second, it also gives your recruiter a perception na, oh, this person is really preparing, no? Is really preparing if he or she gets hired na ito yung gagawin niya, and making uh making also the conversation to your advantage, because giving that impression, giving that uh good perception about you as a candidate is very important during a job interview. Okay. uh okay, third to the last, avoid asking how much the salary is. And for this one, we put it in here because there are a lot of candidates na initial interview pa lang or phone interview pa lang asking na how much the salary of the role that they're applying for. So it's a big no-no because number one, your recruiter is not the final decision maker kung magkano yung magiging sweldo nyo, no? Hindi siya ganon. How much or the salary that you will be getting will go through a lot of approvals. Just to share with you, no? It will go through a lot of approvals before we can even give you that job offer. So, that's one. And then, second, since hindi nga si recruiter makakasagot nun, hindi siya yung final say about it. So, you'd rather not ask because you want to be remembered as the candidate na magaling during the interview, no? Than the candidate na initial interview pa lang, parang nagtatanong na kaagad about the salary. And it's just a bit off if you do that because um tatanungin ka pa rin naman later on eh. Let's say you get hired for the position, you were selected already. Don't worry because your recruiter will definitely ask how much your salary expectations is. So wag lang, maybe let's not just be very excited to know, and focus our efforts in answering the questions given to us by the recruiter. Okay, next one is know your recruiter and ways to follow up. Never ever be shy to ask questions to your recruiter kung paano ka mag-follow up. It can be through email, mobile, uh, 'di ba? Kasi it's your right na malaman kung ano yung result ng job interview mo. And don't forget also to ask the name of your recruiter, no? So that you know how to share your story kung sino yung nag-interview, kailan ba siya nangyari, if you want to make a follow-up. Okay. And then lastly, be positive. So, yeah, be positive. You may not be hired during the first try, second try, third try, but definitely you will soon have that job that you want to have, no? After graduation. And um, taking note of these tips, hopefully, you can get that job that you really want to have after graduation, ng smooth and mas mabilis than uh, the others, kasi sometimes there are others na medyo nahihirapan, but at least these tips, I hope it can really help you get the job you want. Okay, all right, so task as employee perks and benefits. Let me discuss this very quickly lang. I know we're running out of time. Okay, so in task us, we have a lot of benefits that we offer to our employees. And these are just some, no? We have the HMO wherein if you get hired, meron kang health benefit. And that also includes two dependents, and we follow a certain hierarchy. So let's say me, I'm single, and my dependents are my parents. So may health card din yung parents ko. So that if they need to be hospitalized, wag naman, or any um, monthly checkup na kailangan nila, it will be covered by Taskas for free. Okay? We also have COVID-19 related medical coverage. This one, we give additional leave credits to our employees, no, who have COVID-19. And we also have the food forward program. This is a very nice program that we have in Taskas. So the purpose of this is to help our community, but at the same time help our employees na ma-budget yung food allowance nila, right? Because anong meron sa food forward namin? Here you can buy your meal for only 5 pesos, no? 5 pesos, you have your rice, you have your ulam, and that 5 pesos will be donated by Taskas to a charity or foundation that we have partnered with. So nabusog ka na, nakatulong ka pa to a community that needs your help. Okay, we also have the human project. This one naman, it's how Taskas supports the passion of our employees. So be it outside work related na passion. So let's say you enjoy photography or cooking, you can share your passion to HR, and there you have an opportunity to have your salary appraisal after 6 months. Okay, we also have referral incentives. We also have guaranteed paid time off, including birthday leave. So, syempre, birthday mo, you want to spend time with your family. That's also part of the employee perks we have. State-of-the-art facilities, already showed you the photos kanina. And we also have retirement savings program with company matching, scholarship program, in which yung employees ni task us if they have children who want, syempre kayo wala pa kayong children, no? But for the other employees na meron ng pinapag-aral, they can enroll their children to this scholarship program. So that task us will be covering the tuition fee. So very helpful to the parents na employee ni task us. And we also have shuttle services, of course, to make sure that our employees are safe. Um, We have free wellness and resiliency programs, which I have shared earlier. Yung may hotline tayo that they can call for mental health, no? And lastly, we have the tuition fee and professional development reimbursement program. Wherein, if interested, si employee to apply, sorry, not to apply, but to study um, about anything na interest niya, no? Let's say about music yan, study about photography or something. May tuition fee na involved, Task Us will cover a portion of that tuition fee for the employee. So those are the perks that we have. And um, we also have the employee benefits, of course. These are the government mandated benefits that we have in Task Us as well. Okay, we have the, all right. Okay. So this is the openings and the requirements, the qualifications we need, no. So we're looking for teammates. Teammates, these are the employees that support our clients. Again, maybe through voice, through chat, through content moderation, but in Taskas we call them teammates. And um for you to apply, work experience is not required. Sorry, can we go back to the qualifications, please? Ayan. Okay, work experience is not required. Of course, you have to be at least 18 years old and above, excellent communication skills, computer savvy, and willing to work in a shifting schedule. So, if you are interested, maybe not now because I know our students are maybe may mga kinocomplete pa kayo sa schools, no? Some requirements pa. But if you see yourself working in Taskas, enjoying the benefits that we have shared earlier, you can also sign up in our form now. And we will know naman, no? There's a question there. We will know if you are available now or you want to be contacted after a number of months, ganyan. But you can sign up now. I encourage you to sign up now by scanning the QR code that you can see there. Again, you will be asked kung kailan kayo available, but it's better that you have you already sign up para you're already part of our database, and we will call you kung kailan nyo sinabi sa form that you will be available. So maybe after graduation or maybe after a few weeks, ganyan. And you may also check out our openings posted in Jobs 180. So that's www.jobs180.com/task us. Okay. So there, that's it for Task Us. Thank you so much, and I hope you learned something from this session.
Thank you for that, Miss Sherry. Ayan. To our audience, the floor is now open for questions. We can now start asking Miss Sherry about tasks or anything about her topic, no? So, ma'am, I'll go first habang nag-iisip yung audience natin. Ma'am, can
Sure.
we ask, because earlier you mentioned about asking the smart questions or asking your recruiter questions. Can we ask for
Mhm.
examples for na pwede namin gamitin if ever na mag apply po kami? Ano po yung mga good questions na pwede niyo i-suggest?
Yeah. So, good questions, no? That would include maybe asking your recruiter, ano kaya, what does the structure look like? Who will be, how many team members will I be handling? Or, alam mo yon, ano pa ba? uh yeah, how does the structure look like? That's one. Probably asking also, what are the expectations from me? Ano ba yung mga tools na kailangan kong gamitin? Anong system ba to or software? So that you in advance as a candidate, after mo pag uwi mo sa bahay, you can already check ano ba tong software na sinabi ng recruiter ko. So maybe you can already check, right? And at the same time, again, your recruiter would perceive you as someone na, oh, this person is really preparing in advance. Maybe that's the type of personality she has, na she wants to plan ahead, make sure na lahat ay scheduled, no? And syempre advantage yun sa'yo as the candidate.
Alright, thank you for that, Miss Sherry. Ma'am, I have another question. So, sigurado ba kayong wala kang itatanong sa ating audience? Ayan. Ma'am, I have another question. What's your take on fresh grads or new hires negotiating their salary? is that okay if they're about to join pa lang po the industry? It's their first kumbaga corporate experience ganyan. What's your take on this?
Um, Probably iba-iba naman kasi ng needs, no, per candidate. But as a fresh grad, just to share, years ago when I was starting, kahit ano eh, kahit anong job or offer na makuha ko, I would go for it because I'm not after the pay. Um, I'm after the learning. Because why? Um, as a candidate, you have to be able to sell something about yourself. And as a fresh grad, what you can sell is, the experience you have as a student. However, with some companies kasi, sooner or later, they will, well, depending on the role that you're applying for, sometimes they require experience. Let's say 2 years of experience, 1 year of experience. And um, kung medyo picky tayo during the first part nung after graduation, you might be challenged in getting that number of experience. So, I suggest na as a fresh grad, um, you focus on the learnings that you will get from the position that you're applying for, Um, isipin niyo muna, ano ba yung gusto kong matutunan? Where do I see myself 5 years from now? Do I want to perform in this industry o lilipat ako sa gantong industry? And from there, you draw, no? You draw the developmental plan that you want to have for yourself. Na if I want to be um if I want to be a chef, for example, if I want to be a chef someday, ang learning na kailangan ko is ano ba yung ins and outs ng hotel industry? Ano ba yung ins and outs ng restaurant? So, how do I know that? I want to start working probably as a staff, di ba? Kasi you cannot apply for that chef position right away after graduation. That's, I don't know if it's possible, no? But you have to work your way up kasi. So, think of the learnings muna that you want to have as a fresh graduate. And definitely, once you have that experience, years of experience, you have the license to, negotiate and get the salary that you want. Um, Maybe a little sacrifice lang kapag nagsa-start kayo ng career. And it's not for anyone, it's for you.
Alright. Thank you for that, Miss Sherry. So to our audience, no, build muna tayo ng ano natin, experience, no, before we get to that point. So Miss Sherry, on behalf of PRMSU and Jobs Unity, we thank you for joining us this afternoon. Happy holidays po, ma'am. To you
Thank
and
you
your
so
team.
much. Thank you,
Thank you,
everyone.
ma'am. All right. So next up, we have Miss Sheena Abellera de Jesus, recruitment head for CDO Food Sphere, to be discussing um, improving communication skills. Thank you. So Ms. Sheena has over a decade of HR experience specializing in recruitment across various industries. Currently, she's the recruitment section head of CDO Food Sphere, and she's responsible for developing and executing robust strategies and programs that would provide the organization with the most qualified talents. She graduated from De La Salle College of St. Benilde with a degree in BSDA Human Resource Management and also earned her MBA from Ateneo Graduate School of Business. So if we have Miss Sheena here. Hi ma'am,
Hi,
good
good afternoon.
afternoon. Ma'am, can we test your
Hello.
share screen, please?
Okay.
Ayan.
Okay. Hold on.
Ayan ma'am, it's loading. Ayan. Please put it on full screen na lang.
Okay. Okay.
Ayan ma'am, it's
Okay.
ma'am, do you have another device na naka-on po yung audio?
I sorry.
Ma'am, yun
No,
na
I
lang.
don't have.
Okay,
May
sige.
nag-feedback ba siya or
May
something?
nag-feedback po a while ago. Okay na ma'am, wala na po.
Okay.
If ever ma'am there's a glitch, I'll pasok po ako para advise po kayo.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank
sige ma'am, you can
you.
start. I'll be here after Q&A. After 20 minutes for the Q&A po. Thank you ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, Shari. Ayan. So, good afternoon. Thank you for having me in your event today. So, I hope you're all feeling fine and I hope you're feeling the joy that the Christmas season brings. So, this afternoon, I was asked to talk about improving communication skills. So, this is not something new for us, no, this topic for sure. So we have been introduced to the proper way of communicating early on, even as toddlers pa nga in our own home, di ba? So this is also part of our curriculum in elementary and high school. So the level adjusts lang, but practically the essence of communication is quite similar. So, ayan. So for the agenda, I'm sorry. Yeah. For the agenda, we will be talking about the definition and types of communication. Why is it important? How to improve communication, which is our main topic for today, for my session rather. And then I'll be introducing CDO, Food Sphere, the one I'm working for currently. Sige, I hope you'll learn a more practical way of improving communication skills in our discussion today. Okay. So communication as defined by Oxford Dictionary, so it is the imparting and exchange of information and news. So we have to remember that for communication to take place, there should be a sender of the message as well as the receiver. For the types of communication, if you look at the internet, you'll see a lot of types of communication. So from formal to informal, others would call it upward or downward, and a lot more. But for now, we will be focusing on the mode of expression, which is verbal and non-verbal. For verbal, it is the mode of expression, which is either written or oral, that uses words to convey a message. So it can be face-to-face, through phone, or email. It's direct to the point. So what you've read or heard is the message. So for example, we are talking about instructions. For example, sabi sa instruction, stop on red light. The message is clear that you can't move on red light. So basically, ganun siya. For non-verbal, it's a type of communication that uses gestures, facial expressions, tone of voice to convey a message. So this afternoon, we'll be talking a lot, I will be sharing a lot of examples. So for non-verbal, for example, in the workplace, for example, your boss asks you if you agree to take on a lead role for a project. So for example, you say, I agree, with enthusiasm and probably a smile on your face. So it communicates that you're sold and you are communicating that you're excited to take on the role. However, if you respond to the question like, I agree, so technically you're using words to convey a message, but what you really mean is that you don't agree or you're quite hesitant to take on the role. So if your answer is, or if your tone is like that, and maybe your facial expression shows that you have doubts, maybe your boss will discuss further or reconsider if she'll give you the role or not. So why do we want to talk about improving communication skills? As we talk about the importance of good communication, we can also capture some characteristics of good communication. So why is it important? Goals will be met, number one. So the first step in achieving a goal is to communicate the objectives, responsibilities, and results concisely and clearly. So the characteristic of good communication is concise and clear. For example, siguro I'll use a scenario na lang na makaka-relate yung mga students sa school. For example, your goal is to get a high grade for your project. So it's important for your teacher to relay effectively what she needs from you. So ano ba yung output? Is it a video or a report or a paper? Will the project be done individually or by group? So in knowing these things, you'll be able to plan ahead and create activities to achieve your goal. What we want to avoid is to be surprised towards the end and say, ay, hindi yan yung requirement. Ba't ka gumawa ng video? Dapat paper yung deliverable. And then you will get a low grade and not meet your goals. Okay. So next, number 2 is conflicts will be avoided. So be respectful when you're communicating. Another characteristic of good communication is being respectful. Definitely, we will encounter people who think differently from us, who have different beliefs, but conflict may be avoided when you listen with open ears and when you relay your message respectfully. Another reason or another importance why good communication is important is that it's a good learning tool. So communication is a powerful way to learn. Okay, so we learn not only in school discussions, and we learn in the basic and the most casual conversations we have. So minsan habang break time sa school, when we talk to your peers or classmates, learning comes from the conversations we have also with other people. So it's important to be good in communication, regardless of who your audience is. A way of learning also through communication is that when you give feedback or when you uplift or motivate someone, when you give praises for a job well done, or sometimes a feedback can be negative or sometimes when you share something negative or parang some bad news to another person. So words, facial expressions, as well as the channel in delivering the message are important factors in good communication. I think there are some situations wherein, ay, itong topic na to, mas maganda to talk about in person. Ay, yung ganitong topic, mas maganda to talk about. Kahit tech, okay lang to, masyado namang siyang casual or mababaw, so pwede tong text. But there are certain messages that would be preferred to for you to see each other parang face to face talaga. So we have to be careful also, and we have to be able to assess which mode of communication to use to be able to express the message clearly. Okay, so how to improve your communication skills? So for this part, I have 6 bullets to share. So number 1 on the way to improve your communication skills is to read. So through reading books, short articles, newspapers, you will be familiar with the different ways to relay a message. So when you read, you will notice that depending on the theme or purpose of writing, you can either be creative or just simply be direct to the point. So you will be exposed in different ways of writing or of how the message is being conveyed, which you can apply depending on what you need. So for example, when you're sharing news or when you're reporting in school, so when you read, you can somewhat transform those words into a presentation. Number 2 on how to improve your communication skills is to widen your vocabulary. So always ready with your dictionary, no? So in relation to reading, always be prepared with your dictionary app. So when you encounter a word that's unfamiliar, you may be able to understand accurately. So in our generation, when we encounter an unfamiliar word, we would take out a huge dictionary na book. Makapal yun and browse through it. Naka-alphabetical format siya. I am not sure if the generation now has seen that or used that, no? Minsan, we think that we can understand the word simply by context clues. So, for example, there's a word in a certain paragraph. So, pag tinatamad tayo to get a dictionary, we would just be trying to understand the context by reading the whole text. But for accuracy, it's better to read the definition for better appreciation. Also, if you have a wide vocabulary, you can also be more creative in expressing your thoughts. Ayan. Number 3, watch and listen carefully. So this is your excuse to binge watch, no? So to watch Netflix, ganyan. So if you want to gain a conversational skill, for example, in using the English language, skip ka muna sa mga K-drama. So you may want to expose yourself while with watching TV series or movies that are in English, no? So I remember a prominent host here in the Philippines. He mentioned that initially he wasn't that fluent in speaking in English. So what he did was he read comics or watched American movies, and these things helped him be more natural when conversing in English. Okay, number 4, be concise. So focus on answering the question and try to avoid unnecessary words. So concise means giving an information clearly and in few words. So ano siya, it's brief but comprehensive. This is applicable in both written and oral communication. Siguro an example for this, if you are being asked a yes or no answer, no, for example, in an interview, make sure to answer it straight, then expound. Instead of giving a long explanation, then respond with yes or no. Through this, you will be able to guide the listener where your thoughts are going. So, yun. So, for example, in an interview, you're being asked, is it okay for you to work on a night shift? And then probably some would answer, I value health, so I believe in maintaining good sleep at night, but I would also like to learn and have a job that blah, 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 blah. And then the ending would be, so are you good with the shift or not? So may tendency na if you don't answer directly or if we are not concise, liliko-liko yung sagot, and then we don't get the right answer or the answer that we're looking for. Let me share also a personal experience or something personal. No? So I'm also a part-time writer. So when our editor gives us an assignment, usually the number of words is specified because they have to make sure that the articles that we write are concise because readers don't have all the time in the world to read unnecessary or lengthy pieces then, especially if it's not necessary. So that's the keyword there naman. Okay, so number 5, know yourself. So it's good to know your strengths and weaknesses as well as your mannerisms so that you can have a focus on the areas for you to improve on or you can enhance. So are you the type of person who use lots of ums before speaking, ganyan? Or looking at the ceiling when talking, or having a really loud voice that can be misinterpreted as galit. So the important part here is that you can continue to enhance your strengths and work on your weaknesses so that it will also be helpful for you in assessing which career path you'll be taking after you graduate. For example, you're not that strong in conversing or in speaking in English, pero you would want to work in a multinational organization wherein a lot of presentations are required for the job. So if that's your goal, eventually, if that's the career path that you'd like to take, maybe as early as now, you can start improving your verbal communication skills. So if you want to be a writer naman eventually, or if your work, your career goal would entail you to write a lot, so maybe you can work on exercising your writing skills already. So this is about assessing yourself also on the things that you're good at and the things that you have to improve on. Okay. Number 6 and last way, based on my presentation on how you can improve your communication skills, is to practice. So talk to someone or maybe record yourself. So talk to someone and ask for feedback. No? So every skill requires practice. So walang chef na naging magaling just because of watching a video or reading a recipe. So walang, okay, after reading a recipe or watching a video, okay, chef na ako, di ba? So You have to practice and see an output before you can say that you are skillful in doing something or in communicating, di ba? So, Heidelin got her gold through practicing. In communication naman, you have to apply and talk to someone or write and write for you to master this skill. I believe there are certain BPO organizations that who have clients that are na Western, no, that even outside their desk, even within, basta they are within their work premises, they speak in English so that they can continue to practice even outside of their work. Tapos, communication yon. So you have to really master this skill. So personal example again. So because I'm the type of person who's very fascinated about siguro Japan or Nihongo. No? So years ago, I enrolled in a school to learn Nihongo. But given that I don't have a Japanese friend or I don't have a friend who's fluent in Nihongo, medyo nag-die down din yung skill because no one is, kumbaga parang helping me sustain the skill. So I know how to read and write, but in terms of fluently talking or conversing with someone in Nihongo, but I cannot do that. So yun. So it's important to really practice and be familiarized with the language talaga if you want to learn um, how to communicate better in English. Okay. So a while ago, I was introduced as someone who is working in CDO. So to give a brief background, so CDO, we are a food manufacturing organization. So we are based in Valenzuela City. We also have a manufacturing plant in Malvar, Batangas. We have been in the business for 46 years. CDO, it stands for Corazon Dairoong. That's the name of our founder. We have, siguro I'll run through it lang din. I'll browse through the presentation. So a delicious story of success. From a simple dream of providing delicious food for her family, the CDO story has turned into a lifelong commitment of providing Filipinos with high quality and affordable products. Our mission is we champion meal times and unite families through food that calls them home. So we live to bring them freshness and delight of mom-made cooking that fills their hearts. Our vision is that we will be the most trusted food company, loved for how our food creations bring and bond all generations of people together. Our values, one is that we are passionate about customers and consumers. We have love for God, so we have First Wednesday Mass ev- every month, no? Before pre-pandemic, it's being held in our chapel in the office, but right now we do it online. Number three, we have integrity. Number four, we are open and collaborative. Lastly, we are innovative and entrepreneurial. So we have a lot of programs wherein we try to generate ideas, and we encourage employees to submit an idea or a suggestion that, and then if we see that their ideas are going to be helpful for the team or for the organization, we ensure to implement them so that it will not be retained as an idea lang, but really a project or a program within the company. So here are some of our products. So we have frozen meat. So we have hot dogs and sausages like Idol, Bibo. We also have Ulam Burger. This Christmas we have holiday ham. We also have regular hams, bacon, yan, mga tocino, longganisa, like under the brand of Fantastic. Okay, for our products, so other products are canned meat, so corned beef, luncheon meat, canned tuna, bottled fish, as well as dairy products like cheese. And every Christmas also we have cheese balls, sweet preserves, nata de coco, and kaong. Aside from the main products that we have, we also have a CSR arm, which is Odyssey Foundation Incorporated. So It's founded also by the organization, by CDO. So it has several pillars. So number one is Gabay Nutrition. It's our supplemental feeding program to malnourished children. Gabay Edukasyon, so it helps provide the needed resources to existing institutions. Gabay Kalikasan, so it aims to bring back green to our surroundings. So we have sewerage mga cleanup drives, we have tree planting activities. Next is Gabay Hanap Buhay, conducts livelihood programs on meat processing for mothers. Meat processing because our company started in really in meat processing, and for mothers because we specifically mentioned mothers then because our founder is a mom. Gabay Lingkod, it's the response of the organization to the various needs of the community. So for example, may pumutok na bulkan, we extend our help and support to them, or pag may bagyo or baha. So those are the things we do to give back to the community. Okay, we are an organization that is very much that focuses also on sustainability. So we have several examples of how we do so. Number one is wastewater treatment. We have recycling efforts, solar energy, especially in our plant in Batangas. And as much as possible, we try to reduce the use of plastic, even if our packaging materials are mainly used in plastic, but we try to somewhat lessen the usage of plastic. Okay. So that's it for my presentation. So thank you everyone, and still continue to stay safe. So for our vacancies, you may visit our page on jobs180.com/CDO. And then you can also send us an email, reach out through our Facebook page, as well as our website and LinkedIn profile. So that's it for my presentation. I hope you've learned a lot about how we can improve your communication skills. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for that, Ms. Sheena. So to our audience, we are now open for questions. So I'll go first. Ma'am, is it okay to ask your interviewer, do you mind if I speak in Taglish po? Is that
Okay
okay
lang
with
po.
our job seeker?
Okay, sorry. Okay, yeah. When applicants do that, for us, yes, it's okay. Although there are specific vacancies or openings that we require um, candidates to speak in straight English if the role entails that, or if that is required for them to fulfill their jobs effectively. But for some technical positions, it's okay if we do the interview in Taglish or in Filipino. For example, ano ba example ng role na gano'n? For example, science-related course or engineering or administration courses or roles, pwede naman.
Okay, thank you for that, ma'am. Next question po. If ever, what would be more important for you? People skills or a good com skills?
It's actually a combination of both. But siguro yung level, or kung i-force rank yung dalawa, it will be based on the position talaga. Because in every position, there's a certain level of ano yung importante, like communication skills ba, or dito wala naman siya masyadong kausap, so hindi masyadong kailangan ng people skills. So it really depends on the role and in the main function of the person.
Alright, so to our audience, na okay lang magtanong kung pwede mag-Taglish, at saka depende sa
Mm.
position if important yung com skills or yung people skills. Yan. So, Ms.
Yeah.
Sheena, on behalf of PRMSU and our team at Jobs 180, thank you po for joining us, and happy holidays. Ayan.
Thank you also. Bye-bye.
So to our audience, if you wish to look at explore vacancies for CDO, it's on your screen. It's jobsunique.com/CDO. So that's where you see vacancies from CDO Food Sphere. Ayan. So last topic for this afternoon, we have Miss Agustina Agot Reyes discussing alternative work options. She is the recruiting specialist for Accenture. She graduated with a bachelor's degree in psychology in 2014 at LPU Manila and received her postgraduate diploma in business administration in DLSUD in 2019. From over 6 years of being in HR, she spent most of her career in working with universities and colleges nationwide for academe and industry partnerships. Right now, she is currently under the project management team of HR Campus Sourcing at Accenture Philippines, managing different programs and projects to attract high caliber candidates. Miss Agot, can we have you on screen po?
Hello, good afternoon.
Afternoon. Ayan. Ma'am, can we test your... yan na. Ayan.
There, sige.
Ma'am,
Grace is
yours
sharing my
is
screen.
up. Yan. So, ma'am, I'll give you 20 minutes and I'll be back for Q&A. Thank you, Miss Agot. The floor is yours.
Thank you. Thanks, Shari. Hello, students. Good afternoon, and faculty members. So, thanks again for Jobs 180 for inviting us again to do a talk for the students. No, so we've been very active and partnering with Jobs 180 on these sessions. So, for the next 20 minutes, I'm going to give you a brief background about who Accenture is and what we do. And I hope after that you'll get something out of the talk. And then hopefully, if ever you'd be interested, no, be a part of our campus programs as well. So, all right, let's proceed. Okay, so for those who do not have any idea yet about who Accenture is, so Accenture is a global professional services company. And right now, we have industries or capabilities with over 40 different industries. And by the numbers, we're currently at more than 500,000 people around the globe, no? Servicing different clients in 120 different countries. Okay, so medyo malaki siya. We're one of the fastest growing and biggest IT and BPO companies to date locally and globally. No, and I think that also speaks of how well we do our services with our clients. Next slide, please. We provide a broad range of services at scale. So if you notice here in the screen, so we currently have four. We have for strategy and consulting, that's the first tower. And right now, actually, we have more than 5,000 people who are working for strategy and consulting. It's not as big as technology and operations, but right now we are growing our S&C tower. We call that a tower, no, or department or area of focus. And right now for S&C, we are currently expanding for Kuala Lumpur and in Manila. And so if you know anyone who might be interested for that, so we're currently actively hiring for strategy and consulting. Second is interactive, wherein we reimagine business by designing, building, and communicating and running meaningful experiences for our clients. So we have different engineers and professionals who are currently working with our interactive team to help deliver our services to our clients. And if you have been hearing something about Accenture in the past, you'll know that we're very active on our technology and operations tower. Okay, so for the technology, of course, initially we are profiling our candidates based on their course. That's before, no, but right now we're actually course agnostic. So for technology, if your current course is a TEM course or technology, engineering, and math course, you can be easily profiled for technology openings, no. So you can actually see some of the roles later. So on the other hand, if you'd be interested for operations, majority of our hires for ops are business courses. Okay. So like for example, business administration, we have for accounting, stat and math can also be under this, but actually for operations, we have a broad range of services under this. Okay, and you'll see all of the capabilities on the succeeding slides. Okay, so at here at Accenture, we provide industry-specific solutions. We don't believe in one size fits all. Of course, we need to constantly reach out and collaborate with our clients and partners to make sure that we're providing the right services for them. Next slide. So zooming closer into Accenture here in the Philippines. So right now, we have been operating here in the Philippines for over 35 years already. And as mentioned earlier, we're one of the first and largest IT and BPO companies here in the Philippines. So right now, We have 20 different locations on 3 major cities, that is Iloilo, Cebu, and Manila. We have 55,000 employees right now and growing, of course. We're looking at increasing our headcount as well in the coming years. And we have been offering our services for over 400 different clients globally. So that's across different growth markets, both in North America and Europe. So on top of that, we're also championing innovation in the work we do, and we're also an industry leader and employer of choice. So, as industry leader, we have been used as a benchmark by different companies out there. Not only those companies within the IT BPO industry, but also from other industries as well. Okay, and I think that speaks of how well other companies value our best practices. Again, by being one of the pioneers of an IT BPO companies here in the Philippines, no, and globally as well, of course. Next slide. So as mentioned earlier, so we have 20 different facilities here in the Philippines. So we have one in Ilocos, we have several in Manila, we have sites in Mandaluyong, we have in Taguig, we have two in Cubao, we also have in Eastwood, Makati, and Alabang for those who are near the south area. No, I'm actually in the south as well, so Alabang is actually the nearest site for me. So we also have 6 different sites in Cebu. Okay, and our locations are strategically located closer to where our talent is. Okay, and if in case, for example, if in case you're actually far from the site where you were assigned, there are some of the projects here at Accenture where they let you choose kung saan yung pinakamalapit na site where you would like to work. No, specifically right now at this time during pandemic, and not everyone has access to transportations, diba? So we also do that, of course, for the security and safety of our employees. Next slide. Okay, so through our advanced technology centers and intelligent operation centers, we bring the perfect mix of technology and business process expertise for our clients. Okay, so of course, being an IT company, we'd also like to help our clients resolve their challenges at their organization. And again, we don't believe in one size fits all, so we really want to customize our services based on the needs of our clients. So if you go into the next slide, you'll see the list of our industries under advanced technology centers. So there. So currently, we have 3. So for ATCP, that's Advanced Technology Centers here in the Philippines. So we have 3 major services there. So the first one is Intelligent Platform Services. We have for Intelligent Software Engineering Services, and then we have Intelligent Cloud and Infrastructure Services. And I think majority of the people right now in this call are IT courses, no, or related courses. So I hope you'd also be interested to explore some of these areas on top of our advocacy to continuously help our students then develop their knowledge on technology. We sometimes release videos which will be helpful for you to understand some of these services or any other topics that you may be interested in, like for example, Microsoft, cloud, security, and other topics as well. So if you visit our YouTube site, you can also see some of the videos there. So on the next slide, you'll see the list of our capabilities for IO, or Intelligent Operation Centers. So for this one, we elevate business decisions with intelligent operations. Again, we're using our technology to help our clients elevate and leverage on our current technologies to develop the business decisions and operations of our clients. And under IO, we have 2 major industry services. Okay, the first one is cross-industry services, wherein first we have for finance and accounting. So as I mentioned earlier, for business courses, like for example, for business administration, finance or accounting, again, BSE or management accounting, you can be hired under this specific position. Okay, there are some of the positions here. I think majority of the positions here will not require for you to be a CPA. There are very few that will require you to have that. So even if you're a fresh graduate, you can apply here. We also have for talent and HR, we have for procurement, we have for marketing, for business majors, no? And we also have for course customer service. So for customer service, so as you know, ito yung call center area for Accenture. It's relatively smaller than other areas, but of course, we're looking at also growing this one in the coming years. And then next for industry specific services, so we have for health, and I think we're going to have more demands for nurses in the coming years now. So you'd be supporting different hospital or health clients out there, and that's global. We'll also have for network, we'll have utilities, insurance, and of course software and platform for tech students who would be interested to be under intelligent operations. Next slide. There. So, Accenture is known not only for our business performance, but also for our inclusive and diverse workplace. So, as you can see here on the screen, I will not discuss this one by one, no, but if you'd be interested, you can see all of our awards on our site. So, these are just some of the highlighted recognitions and awards that we've had in the past years. And as you can see there, under leading the industry, so we have been Hall of Famer for Company of the Year Award by International ICT Awards. Hall of Famers, of course, meaning we have been receiving the same award over and over for the past years. That's why we were just put on a Hall of Fame. So, ganyan. So, as part of that, and on top of that, so we also have different recognitions and awards for being an inclusive and diverse workplace. We also have awards on environmental sustainability. So we're also giving back to our community as well. Next slide. Okay, so we also build a culture of innovation and learning. If in case you know anyone, sorry, I think we're having technical issues. If we're going to go back to the previous slide, so we invest a lot on training and development of our employees, and as part of that, we have different programs for our employees. So we have Innovation First Fridays, we have Robotics Cup, Playhouses, and Innovation Champions here at Accenture. And as part of that as well, so we have different learning platforms which is accessible for our employees anytime and anywhere. So we have these sites called My Learning. We have TQ or Technology Quotient, and we also have Intelligent Operations Championship. No? And for our students, of course, you can also access one of our sites, specifically built by Accenture and accessible for everyone externally. If you'd be interested, I can share the link later. No? You can access free trainings there and certifications about, for example, in case you'd want to have a training on how to do your interviews, how to write a resume, or if in case you'd want to look for trainings which will enhance your communication, that will also help you. Next slide. Okay, so we're also very proud to say that we are in partnership and we are very supportive of the PWD advocacy. So if you're familiar, the Philippine government's requirement is for organizations to hire 1% of the total population who are PWDs. And we're proud to say that right now we're at 4%. So that's 300% more than the target or the Philippine government's target. And we're looking at increasing it by 5% next year. And I will not drill deeper on some of the items because of the time. But if you can go to the next slide, because this is very important now. So at Accenture, we have truly a human advocacy wherein we take care of our heart, mind, body, and soul. And we're proud to say that here at Accenture, as mentioned earlier, we value inclusion and diversity a lot. And right now, we have more than 50% of our total workforce who are female or who are women. We're also in support of our LGBT community. Again, we have a huge number of PWD champions. We also have corporate citizenship volunteers. So CorpCit, ito yung parang corporate social responsibility ng company, wherein we reach out to different communities and organizations to help them improve their programs or offer any other program. And we also have 25,000 employee eco champions here at Accenture. Next slide. So what we offer, so for those who would be interested, no, if in case you'd be an employee of Accenture in the future, we offer a competitive package for everyone. If in case you'd be hired on different shifts, of course, you'd be offered with night differential. We also have and we also provide allowances for our employees. We have variable pays, which are bonuses depending on your performance and performance of the company. We also encourage the employees to buy stocks of the company at a discounted price. It's a very good benefit for everyone. And we also have our loyalty and Christmas gifts. For upscaling, as mentioned, we're investing a lot on training and development of our employees. We have company-sponsored trainings and certifications. We have flexible working arrangements, and we have a healthy work environment. On the other hand, for health benefits, so we have health and life insurances from day one of employment onward. So you wouldn't have to wait for your regularization period, and it should be available from day one. And we have common law and same-sex partners recognized as dependents, again, as part of our LGBT advocacy. And then lastly, so we have standard leave benefits and expanded parental leaves, both for maternity and paternity leaves. Okay, next slide. So here are some of the campus programs that we offer. But if you're going to visit our campus landing page, you'll see the list of these programs. And if in case you'd want to apply to some of this, again, this is are not employment opportunities yet. Majority of these are not. But something that would benefit you, no, mga programs and upskilling for students, and exposure as well if in case you'd be interested in the industry. I'll skip this slide. So there, I know maybe majority of you are not yet sure no, kung ano yung gusto nyong applyan in the future. You have your field of study, but sometimes there are a lot of other roles as well offered under that specific field of study. So if you're interested and if you're open for recommendations kung ano yung role na bagay sa inyo, you can visit accenture.com. I think that's accenture.com/technovator.ph, no? Or you can actually visit this on our campus landing page. So it's, I think, a 2-minute quiz, which will ask you about your preferences. And then at the end of the quiz, it will recommend a role that is fit for your interest. So you can visit that later. And there, so for those who would be interested, so we have technology starter roles. We have tech creatives that those are for application developers, solution strategists. We have customer liaison, software scientist, data expert, and tech medic. And as mentioned earlier, no, since we're looking for alternative work solutions on this call, we are very course agnostic. So meaning, even if you're not a tech course student but you're interested to be a part of some of these roles, you can actually apply for it. Okay, so that is because we provide a lot of bootcamp trainings for our hires before you are actually deployed on a project. So even if wala kang idea on programming or any background about it, but you're interested, pwede kang mag-apply sa tech roles na to. On the other hand, for our next slide, so we'll have our operation starter roles. These are all course agnostic as well. So again, wala kami nire-require na course requirement, no? Except for the first one, which is numbers analyst, which is dedicated for business and accounting courses only. But the rest, data experts for data analyst and content moderator, as well as for our CSR. So you can apply that anytime. And again, we don't require any course background. Okay, so next slide. Your career is about what you want to be and who you want to be. So again, we're course agnostic. We're open for anyone, no? And if you're open to know or have recommendations for your starter role, visit accenture.com/technovatorph. And if you want to visit our site at Jobs 180, that's jobs180.com/accenture, and you'll see the list of our open positions. So there, thank you so much, and thank you again, Jobs 180. Will be open for question and answer.
Thank you for that, Miss Agot. So to our audience, we are now opening the floor for questions. So Miss Agot, I will go first. Ma'am, what would be your advice to fresh grads who would want to start their career in a fast-paced industry like Accenture, for one?
Okay, thanks for that question. So for those who are still doubting or wondering if they'd apply on a fast-paced environment or industry, my advice is for you to go for it, and of course try to look for as much companies as you can, because of course during job offers you'd be able to also compare kung ano yung mga benefits and compensation provided to you. Of course you'd go for the best, but also allowing some consideration on the role that you'll be assigned on. So that's more important than the compensation itself, because your first role or your first employment job will set as or will be set as a footprint for the rest of your professional journey. So invest a lot of time and effort in looking for that one.
Alright, thank you, ma'am. Last na lang pong question siguro, ma'am. What is the best thing about working with new hires po, fresh graduates po who just came into the industry para lang po ma-boost yung confidence ng audience natin?
Mm-mm. And on top of that, no, I would just like to share that majority of the companies right now prefer fresh graduates already. So kasi, 'di ba, some of the students will think na they will need or be required to have an experience before they get to have a job, which is actually not true anymore, because a lot of companies are really investing a lot on students and fresh graduates. So the best thing about working with those candidates is that they're very open in learning new strategies and opportunities. So they're very open to learn a lot from the industry as well. And being or having a fresh mindset from school, it also helps us kasi mas open pa sila on learning, and mas fresh pa yung knowledge nila na coming from the academe.
Ayun. So, thank you for that, Miss Agot. On behalf of PRMSU and the entire Jobs 180 team, we thank you, ma'am, for gracing this event po with your expertise to, ano po, with the topic po. So, thank you, Miss Agot. To our job seekers, the link is jobs180.com/Accenture. So, that's where you see the vacancies for Accenture. If you want to see, if you want to research on the positions that you can get into after graduation, so dyan kayo pupunta. Alright? So we would like to thank everyone who attended this event, and to officially close our session for this afternoon, we would like to call on Ma'am Cecilia C. Gerson, LLB, MA Pulse, Director for Student Affairs and Services, to give us her closing remarks.
To our University President, Dr. Roy N. Villalobos, to our Vice President for Academic and Student Affairs, Dr. Felipe Rico, to our Campus Director, Dr. Lilian Uy, to the representatives of Jobs 18, faculty, staff, and graduating students of President Ramon Magsaysay State University, good afternoon. The advancement of modern technology changed the way we live. And one of these is the use of online application using the resume link, where the applicant can share an online link to his or her resume. It will make the job application of our students easier and at the same time secured. Thus, we would like to thank Jobs 18 for this webinar. The discussion on improving communication skills is very important to our students, because it is a key factor in getting a job. The interview tips will help them create a good impression to the employers. I would like to congratulate the Career and Job Placement Office headed by Mr. Michael Malong and Mr. Jovencio Marquez, and to all the campus coordinators for the cooperation. Sa totoo lang po, ako ay nagagalak dahil napaka-active po ng placement service po ng PRMSU. And of course, I would like to thank our BP ASA and the university president for all the support. Thank you, Jobs 18, for this opportunity. To the graduating students, you must remember all the knowledge that you have learned from this webinar. Rest assured that no graduate is left behind when it comes to employment opportunities.
Thank you for that, ma'am. So to our audience, please don't forget to evaluate the event. The link will be flashed on your screen and it will also be on the comment section. So please evaluate within the day to secure your attendance. Again, please don't forget to evaluate the event. We would also like to thank CEO Group for being one of our corporate sponsors for this event. You can check them out, the CEO store in Lazada or in Shopee, or at the nearest mall in your area to shop for your corporate attire needs. And for career opportunities, it's available jobtraining.com/CEO Group. So to all our viewers, please watch out for the next set of webinars that we are hosting this week. And the last webinar might be next week. So please check out the topics that will be discussed and you're welcome to join in any of those sessions. So to our near graduates, congratulations. So see you soon and have a great afternoon. Happy holidays, guys. Thank you.
The clinical trial market as we know it is about to change. We're revolutionizing the current state aligned to disparate, slow, and often manual processes. Optum's vision is to transform the drug development process to one that is centered and grounded in real-world patient behavior and physician practice. Optum's ability to access this unique network and fold in the strongest data and analytics expertise will enable us to jointly bring life-saving drugs to the patients who need it most. Join us in this partnership to bring our shared vision for real-time, real-world healthcare research for real patients.